You've probably heard the name Kioptrix thrown around. And if it made you feel a little curious, but also maybe a little intimidated, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this classic training ground for anyone looking to get into ethical hacking. And this quote, man, it just nails it, right? It gets to the heart of that fear we all have starting out. The biggest worry isn't that you'll fail to get in. It's that you're going to accidentally unleash some chaos on your own network and break everything. So if you're sitting there staring at a Kali Linux terminal and just feeling that pressure, wondering, okay, what now? This is for you. We're going to cut right through the jargon and show you a clear path forward. Okay, first things first, what are we even talking about here? Let's break down what Kioptrix actually is in plain English. Honestly, the best way to think about Kioptrix is as a crash test dummy. It's a virtual machine that was built to be broken. It's designed for you to throw your entire toolkit at it to see what sticks, all inside a safe little bubble. It's where you get to have a training accident without a real car crash. And that leads us right to our first major step, building your own lab. This part is absolutely crucial. It's the foundation for everything else you're going to do. And look, this right here, this is the golden rule. It is shockingly easy to accidentally aim your tools at your router, your smart TV, whatever. That's why isolating your lab isn't just a suggestion. It's what keeps your practice session from turning into a real-life, very stressful problem. Now, the good news is you probably already have everything you need. A decent computer, some free software like VirtualBox, a Kali Linux VM, and the Kioptrix machine itself. The real key, the thing you have to get right, is making sure they are all living on the exact same isolated virtual network, totally cut off from the real internet. So before you type a single command, just run through this quick mental checklist. 1. Do you own and control this network? 2. Are your machines properly walled out from everything else? And 3, do you get that what we're doing is only legal because it's on our own gear? If it's yes, yes, and yes, you're good to go. All right, lab is built, safety checks are done. Now we get to the fun part. Let's walk through what the actual hack looks like, from that very first scan all the way to getting full control. But this is where so many people just hit a brick wall. You fire up your scanner, you point it at what you think is the right place, and you get nothing. Crickets. It's that super frustrating moment where you think your tools are broken or maybe Kioptrix itself is busted. But here's the secret. It's almost never the tool. I'd say 99% of the time, the problem is just your network setup. Your attacker machine just can't see the victim machine. You've got to fix that lab wiring. The second you do, that silent box will suddenly start screaming information at you. And this really gets at the core difference between just messing around and having a real workflow. See, once you find the box, it's so tempting to just start guessing passwords and clicking on everything. But the pro approach, it's systematic. You list services, you map what you find, and you document everything. It feels slower at first, but trust me, it's what saves you hours of going in circles. Sooner or later, you'll get in. You'll get that first little foothold, that low-privileged shell. And it is an amazing feeling. But listen, that's not the finish line. That's just the halfway point. Now the real game starts. Privilege escalation. Finding a way to go from a regular user to the all-powerful root user. And instead of just wandering around the system hoping you trip over something useful, you need a plan. This little checklist turns that guessing game into a methodical hunt. You check for known kernel exploits. You look for services that are running with way too many permissions. You hunt for passwords or keys that someone just left lying around. This is how you find that path to total control. Okay, so you got root. Awesome. Now what? This is where we shift from the technical how-to to the professional why. These are the habits that really separate the hobbyists from the pros. And here is maybe the most critical lesson of all. A root shell is cool, but it's temporary. Good notes, those are forever. If you can't explain step by step exactly how you got in, then from a professional standpoint, it's like it never even happened. Your documentation is what turns a fun little hack into a valuable, reportable finding. Let's put this into perspective with some real numbers. Look at this table. The Kioptrix machine itself is free, but your time and expensive certifications like the OSCP, definitely not free. Think of Kioptrix as your low-cost rehearsal stage. It's where you build the skills and habits before you start dropping serious cash on exam fees. But it's also really important to know when it's time to move on. See, it's easy to get comfortable just rooting the same box over and over, but the goal isn't to memorize the answer to Kioptrix. The real goal is to build a repeatable process that you can take with you to any other machine you've never seen before. So what does that journey actually look like? Well, it's pretty straightforward. First, you build that safe lab. Then you get your first root access. And it's going to be messy and chaotic, and that's okay. After that, you go back and do a clean, methodical run, and you write a report on it. Once you can do that, you are more than ready to graduate to bigger challenges on platforms like Hack the Box or Try Hack Me. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground, the what, the how, and the why. So let's bring this all home by shifting from learning to doing with a simple, concrete action you can take today. When it comes down to it, Kioptrix is more than just a vulnerable machine. It's a mirror. It shows you exactly how you approach problems when you're under a little bit of pressure. Do you rush things? Do you get frustrated and start guessing? Do you take good notes, or do you wing it? It reflects all your habits, good and bad, right back at you. So here it is, your 15-minute next step. It's super simple. Number 1, go double-check that your lab network is actually isolated. Number 2, open your calendar and block out 2 hours this week. The goal isn't to hack the box, it's just to scan it and list out everything you find. That's it. And number 3, create a brand new empty notes document for that session. See, this isn't about some big, dramatic commitment. It's about taking one small, deliberate step. It's about starting to build a process you can actually trust. So the only question left is, what's your Kioptrix mirror going to show you? Time to go find out.